It just blows my mind how many people playing this game, or even worse, how many people playing the game and making YouTube content have no idea what this ship, the Hercules C2, is actually capable of. Folks, welcome to the channel, and as always, if you learned something from this video, a subscription is always appreciated. If you're thinking of playing Star Citizen, it's also appreciated if you use the links to Robert Space Industries and the referral that you have there below. This is the much craved by many Hercules C2, mostly because of the cargo capacity. It has maybe the best cargo capacity other than the Hull C or whatever the hell it is, but this is the one that everyone wants in game, Hercules C2, because you get a lot of stuff in it for hauling, for salvaging. That's the thing. Now, the one thing that obviously so many people don't know is that this is also a fantastic ship for combat, as long as you load it up correctly, which is one of the things that people apparently don't know how to do. So I'll explain how you customize the ship with the systems that you need and the weapons that you need so as to make the most out of it and use it both for hauling cargo and for combat, something that this ship actually is great at. So again, it just blows my mind that people that actually seem to play this game, and hell, they have YouTube channels where they cover it and explain different loadouts, they don't know what they're doing, which is incredible. You want to get yourself to Urkel.games. Urkel.games, the link is going to be there below in the description. And this is not optional, this is mandatory. If you're going to be playing Star Citizen, you need to know how to use Urkel.game website so as to know the different loadouts and not make these stupid mistakes. If you start here with the different ships, you can put like the comparison, and this is also useful information like the speed and cargo capacity and all of this stuff, but this is what you want to learn how to use. And it seems a little bit daunting at first. Get used to it, it's no big deal. You want to select your ship, and this is the C2, okay? Here's where you change ships. This is the weapons, the turrets, you have your shields, you have power plant, cooler, all this stuff. Not only that, when you change or select each one, which you do by clicking on the green part there, it's going to be telling you how much it costs and where to find it. So, how many things do these guys get wrong? Almost all of it. First, let's start with the obvious thing, the quantum drive. So, what you see usually is people go for a traditional grade A military quantum drive. It's going to be this one, TS2. Right, and this is the fastest one, costs 93K, and it's available in these places. This is not the one you want, actually. And the reason why is because of these speeds. Look at this one, 327, right, from Crusader to Hurston, but the maximum distance is 621 million kilometers. But if I change it for, instead of going with that, I go with the Pontis. Instead of 327 is 340, which is not a significant difference. I mean, these other ones, yes, these other ones suck, but as long as it's a military grade, that's fantastic. But notice how much of a difference you have in maximum distance. It is a lot more. It's 719 versus 621. And you may think, oh, I really don't need it. Trust me. One of those moments, and one of those rare bullshit moments where you did cargo, you did combat, you did a lot, and yes, and more of that later, but all of a sudden that distance means you can make it to Grim Hex and not get your ship destroyed or saved or whatever the hell went wrong. That's why, actually, upon this, it's more expensive, and you can find it in Area 18 as well. But this is the one I recommend you get. All of these stuff, you can find it in Area 18, so that makes things quite a bit easier, and probably that's why you want to start in Area 18 anyway. So Pontis would be the quantum drive you want to get. Coolers, power plants, these don't change a goddamn thing. Leave these as they are. Don't waste money, there's no difference. When it comes to shield, you want to get grade A shields. You can have civilian, military, industrial. These are basically all the same. The only difference is going to be that the civilian grade A one is quite a bit more affordable. Now, it is true that the military one has a lot more of a health. I mean, the health HP is the same for all of these, same for the pool, region, all of the important stuff. But the military one has more protection for EM damage, right? And that may be a difference you want to keep in mind. I mean, in my experience these days, I haven't had a lot of distortion weapons fired at me, so I usually go with the civilian one. But if you want to go with military, by all means, 136k versus what is it? So yeah, maybe in a new patch you may want to go with that, but honestly these are just fine. Save the money, there's not much of a point, but other than that it's the exact same thing. All right, so civilian, go with the cheapest one. And I mean, if you want to have that extra little bit of distortion, shutdown damage, which you see there, you see what I mean? So you have for the civilian one is 2k, and this is twice as much. So it's a lot more distortion weapon protection, usually not a thing. Now, the thing that blows my mind, the main reason why I'm doing this video, I've watched some of the biggest channels and their different loadouts. None of them get it right in terms of weapons, because none of them understand that this is a great ship for combat, for PvE, and also PvP. I mean, for PvE, it is amazing that they don't realize that with a big-ass ship like this one, with 2 size 3 shields and 2 size 5 hardpoints, they go and do the most stupid thing, which is put a laser repeater in this thing. Why the hell would you do something like that? That is so stupid. It has no advantage, all right? So, oh, no, but it's a slow ship, so they have these gimbals, so it's easier to shoot down. No. Learn how to fly your damn ship. You have 800 DPS. That's nothing. There's no point in doing that. It's not just about the DPS, it's about the range. With these ones, you have 15k 1,500 meter range, right? It's 1.5k range with very little damage. Instead of that, get rid of all of this and just get a laser cannon, which has a disproportional amount of damage, which is a lot greater. So with a laser cannon, and the Omni Skies are just fine. These two, you can have these ones. These ones are available again, Area 18, but M7A is the exact same thing. But look at the difference. 2.8k range. So you have almost twice the range. And look at the difference in firepower. You have in the burst DPS compared to a repeater, there's just no comparison. Laser repeater versus and this is a size 5 repeater, right, versus the laser cannon. But let me show you, once you have these two, look at, instead of 800 you have 2,500. That is a lot more damage. I'm telling you, I use this thing all the time for high combat beacons, for ERT, for the most demanding combat in the game. I use these things. I've actually used an A2 with this same loadout to hold Jump Town until I got bored, because even with light fighters and in atmosphere, you have 2 size 3 shields. With a light fighter, they will fly around you all day long, but unless it's damn Avenger 1, they will screw up once or twice, and that's all you need with this amount of firepower to bring them down. I'm telling you, I held Jump Town until I got bored. Sure, no one that good came along, because if not, they would have gotten me, but usually you just hit them a couple of times, and most people playing are average at best at combat PvP, and with just and you have all the time in the world, because they will not bring you down quickly. You just have to learn how to use those fixed size 5 cannons, and it's not that hard. It's just about having a little bit of patience, and you will rule anything in terms of PvE for sure, and even for PvP, unless you're facing someone that is really, really good. Guys, no joke, I'm just surprised that people don't understand how good the C2 is for combat, for fighting, because of the amount of damage you can do with 2 size 5 laser cannons and the shields you have. If you appreciate this kind of content, more than appreciated your subscription, and if you're thinking of playing Star Citizen, not only will you have the link to Hercules, which you just need to know how to use, unless there's no way of playing this game, especially when it comes to finding components, prices, and making comparisons. And if you're thinking of playing this for the first time, you have the link to Robert Space Industries and my referral code, so as to give you a little bit more money when starting, and maybe even a ship on certain occasions for this game. See you next time. Take care.